Here is the mayor of adjacent municipality.
I live in Queens. Prayers, meditations, and through music.
It is a pleasure to have such an honored guest here with us today, and we decided to have a small ceremony, shall we say, here in the lunch break. I know Mr. Sri Chinmoy is very occupied and have a tight schedule here today. He's just staying here in Iceland for one day, so we were using this lunch pause to summon together some of his friends in Iceland and some of the people who have been working on the peace process that he started a long time ago. And Reykjavik, as one of the capitals of peace, we decided in our city council to have this ceremony as a peace capital, and which we are very proud of. And it was actually agreed upon in the city council in 1993. It's an honor to have this reception here in this house, especially have the house, which I think have played quite an important role in the peace process in the world. And this house, as you probably know, hosted the summit between Reagan and Gorbachev in 1986, which actually led to the beginning of the end of the Cold War. And probably it has something to do with the fact that the summit was here in this house, because as you can see, this is a tiny little house, and they had to sit there in the room over there and look there at one another as a man to another man, not as a head of state to another head of state, with all the jurists and all the professionals that usually surrounds those two men. They were just sitting there, the two of them, with two interpreters, and there they sat and spoke to each other for several hours. And although they didn't sign any agreement, I think that we can conclude that this marked the beginning of the end of the Cold War.
Since followed with great interest your untiring effort for peace and human rights. And we certainly need that in the world today, and I know that you achieved more than many people realize. I also have admired your achievement in arts, athletics, which really had shown to me that everything is possible. There was once an Icelandic poet who said that all we need is will, and you have proven, I think better than anyone else I know, that with the proper will you can do just about everything. So as I said, this is not going to be a speech, but I'm very pleased to see you in Iceland again. I see you are still going strong, and I hope to see you many more times in Iceland. Welcome to Iceland again, Mr.
Your name is very well known, and your task and your mission is of a great importance for Iceland and for the rest of the world. And that's why we welcome you very much. Last 2 weeks I had the opportunity to attend the conference at the United Nations. And from 95 to 99 I was within the Icelandic delegation at the Council of Europe. And as you just can imagine, both within the United Nations and the Council of Europe, there are very eager discussions on peace process in the world. Last 2 weeks it took a lot of time discussing the situation in the Middle East between Palestine and Israel. We also have all in our minds the situation elsewhere, like in Africa, Kosovo, so on and so forth. It is our belief that organizations like Council of Europe and United Nations play a key role for the world, for the peacekeeping process of the world. But we also know that organizations tend to be a bit slow in responding to current situations, and therefore, in the effort to gain our final goal, peace on earth, it is so important to have individuals like yourself with your mission, a clear vision, and the spirituality that you offer us. Again, that's why we welcome you. And what I find most interesting in your mission is a similar quote as the Council of Europe has dedicated the organization to. Sounds like this: all different, all equal. And that is your mission, and that's why we welcome you very much.
Talar Ísland sem Sri Chinmoy friðarland, a Sri Chinmoy Peace Blossoms Nation. Og ef ég leiði mér að lesa upp, lega Íslands á mótum tveggja meginlanda, austurs og vesturs, gefur landinu táknræna merkingu sem boðberi friðar og einingar. Þrátt fyrir smæð sameinast í landinu stórbrotin náttúruöfl, elds og íss, og héðan rétt fram vinarhönd til alls mannkyns. Með framtíðarsýn á heim þar sem friður ríkir Ísland útnefnt sem Sri Chinmoy friðarland. Þar með tengist Ísland hundruð náttúruperla, sögulegra staða, borga og landa sem að frumkvæði Sri Chinmoys hafa verið helguð friði. Með friðarhugsun sína að leiðarljósi hefur Sri Chinmoy beitt sér í þágu heimseiningar og með sköpun sinni á sviði lista og íþrótta hvetur Sri Chinmoy alla menn til að rækta frið í hjarta sínu og leggja sig fram að öðlast hamingju og lífsfyllingu, þannig mörkum við leiðina að betri heimi. Ísland hefur alltaf haft hugsjónir friðar og frelsis í hávegum sem þáttakandi í hinum alþjóðlegu Sri Chinmoy friðarblómgunum eflir landið málstað friðar og sýnilega stuðning Íslendinga við þennan göfuga málstað. Og svo hérna það sem eftir Sri Chinmoy á íslensk þýðing. Ísland, 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 þú ert líknarhönd lífsins, dyr gestrisni þinnar sívakandi, hlýja, eining og innileiki. Ísland, 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 staðurinn fyrir þann sem dreymir frið í heimi.
I prayerfully bow to the soul of Iceland. I soulfully bow to the heart of Iceland. Iceland believes in peace. Iceland practices peace. This is something very, very rare. We talk about peace, but our peace has to be in a very special way. That is to say, I have to be ahead of you, you have to be behind me. Then that is peace. But real peace is the opening of the heart. Together we walk, together we march, together we fly. So here Iceland has proved to the world at large it believes in oneness. Nature's beauty, nature's love and fondness for God, the creation, Iceland has embodies in infinite measure. There is not a single country in the world that does not speak about peace. But when it comes to practice, this story becomes most deplorable. Here you have proof that you mean what you say. Here you do not have military. Is this not the most significant way of showing the world that we do not believe in arms? We believe in the power of our heart, and this power of our heart is a oneness world. To the whole world, you have a very special message to offer, and you have been offering it for so many years. That we have to be all the time in our heart. If you live in the heart, then you do not need weapons. Because heart is vastness, heart is oneness. If we can establish oneness in the community of nations, then we do not need arms, we do not need weapons, we do not need anything that will stand between the nations, among the nations. So you are the pioneer, pathfinder of a new world. We can live in peace, harmony, and oneness. Oneness is fullness. And here, when I come here, I feel here at home precisely because peace is reigning supreme here in the heart of the Icelanders. And here the dream is fulfilled. Other places, there are many places they are dreaming, while others are not thinking of it even. And here is a place that you have manifested your dream into reality. Iceland, your peace within, your peace without. And one most significant incident I would like to offer. Here is our highly esteemed Prime Minister right in front. I lifted 2,000 human beings. It is a oneness world program, and he was the only one who was courageous enough to hold the peace torch aflame. It was the burning flame, and he was holding. I had inner aspiration of your country. I felt this loftiest inner aspiration of your country. I felt in your Prime Minister. And I am a student of peace, and wherever I see peace, wherever I feel peace, I feel that is my real home. So my heart's home is Iceland, and therefore I am here with you. We are all birds, we are flying in the firmament of peace, and again we have a nest, heart nest, and this heart nest is my Iceland. Place is small in size, but larger than largest in the heart, because here the dream of peace started. Two superpowers, they did not succeed. We do not succeed at the very first attempt in a noble task, but the dream cannot be neglected, cannot be here in this small room that you were mentioning. Here they came with goodwill, but their goodwill eventually will be manifested throughout the length and breadth of the world. So this is the most historic place, and this place also we are saying two most significant places have taken place, and I do hope and I firmly believe that there will be many, many more historical achievements will take place here in this place.
In the future.
In the near future. It's very thankful, my inspiring. Very nice. So what is your plan here? Please tell me.
No, we both work here.
You are free to work and then he works somewhere else.
Yes.
We have.
Soup.
Yeah, well,
Was he here? No.
No.
He will get it before I go out on Christmas. I have to meditate. I'll be there in a month. I'll go before I go. He will get it. Yeah. So do people come here? You have good business.
It's okay.
Okay. This has been for how many months? Not 1 year.
2 months.
2 months.
2.5 months.
2.5 months. Aruna, years?
For 6 weeks, sir.
Ours is 6 weeks. Yours 2.5 months.
Pretty much the same size. It's a different shape, but
Different shape.
yes, sir.
Then you have got the picture of all the workers? Very good. Which is your busiest day?
I don't know.
Same?
It's not always the same. We get a lot of customers who are working around here, come for lunch.
Then you give only lunch, no breakfast. 11 o'clock you start, no lunch, only lunch.
Yes.
And what, dinner?
Yes.
Then you close at 8 o'clock in the evening?
4 evenings.
Germany, I'm not saying that you have to like Italy or Germany, any country that you like, their specialty you can add, that will help, because Iceland is very isolated. So if anything you like from any country, you try to make it, then you will get good response, because people out of curiosity will try to see what it tastes like.
We have had some Mexican food.
Mexican food, and
Yeah,
people like it?
Yeah.
Very
Because
good. Then you can
nobody
try.
had it before, like cornbread. I
Then
got
you
it
can
from
try
our
Italian.
old recipe book, Sri Chinmoy family
Mm.
cookbook.
Right, it will be good. Next time when you come, you shall invite the Prime Minister, Mayor and all. They have to come and eat at our place. Everybody has got soup. It is so nice, so nice. Everybody was so kind, cordial. President of the Parliament came.
Yes. But he's a little sick, he had an operation. So he went early.
But he was there.
He was there, yes.
We took a picture.
I made one, but some of the other ones are something.
You don't get even one per month. This is now 10 months. In 10 months is ending, it ended. Don't get per month one disciple. What?
We don't know why, we get people to come to classes, but then they don't stay.
Do you sing? Do you play music? You people?
Do we sing?
Yeah? During the classes, sing or
We do a little bit of singing, yes.
then recite poems?
We have sometimes, yes.
Do you show a little bit of video?
Sometimes, yes.
And sometimes. There was a king. A prince from another country came to his palace. And the prince said to the king, "Your subjects, especially your soldiers, are so loyal to you. They're so devoted to you. How do you keep them so devoted to you?" The king said, "It's very easy. I don't give them enough food. So they run after me with the hope that they will get one day food to their heart's content. So I give them less food than they actually need." So the prince was very happy. Then prince went to quite a few important people and asked if it is true. And they say it's all true. So the prince went back to his place and bought lots of provision food and gave it to the soldiers and all the people concerned. A few months later, the prince attacked the king. And the king was absolutely sure that his soldiers will fight for him and this silly prince he will defeat. Alas, people who ate food from the prince, they all betrayed the king and they all went to the prince with the hope that they will get more food and more nourishment. So the prince could believe. So the king said to the prince, "How could it happen? It is quite, you told me that you keep them undernourished, that's why they ran after you. But I gave them food, proper food, they all took my side. So from now on, if you want to keep your soldiers on your side, you must feed them, otherwise you will lose." So the king was very moved, and he started feeding his people. So here today we have eaten here, we'll go home with utmost appreciation and love and gratitude. Right. So people who come here must not go undernourished, half-nourished. You have to feed them, so they'll always come to you. How many seats are available? 1,000. 1,000 seats and you expect 1,000. Boy. No, how many flyers have you distributed? How many?
About 20,000.
20,000. From 20,000 you are expecting 1,000. That's good. No matter how many thousand you supply, if the hall holds 1,000, you are getting 1,000, then how the hall is full, jam packed. Wow, good. Whoa. When did you open it?
19th of June in last year.
Last year?
Yes.
Whoa, you have so many. Hey, you boys, if you like anything, come and take. Boys, girls. Keep my muscles strong. Protein.
Protein powder.
Powder?
Yes.
May you show me, please?
And on Friday night. Only with carbohydrates.
Go to the other place. And then what are we doing?
Eating down the street. Oh, it
You
was
saw us, what did
such
you
a
do?
news. You were going to come here, girl. She was right.
I've been there for about an hour.
To the restaurant.
Waiting for you, waiting. Heard it from the airport or from the...
See, I heard it from the
CNN?
news. It was not CNN's. It was the it was the England news. England.
Television?
Television.
Television you watch it.
Yes, please.
Then it's authentic.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Very bad.
Iceland, 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 world peace, dreamer, perfection, stand. World peace, dreamer, perfection, stand. Iceland, 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 Iceland.
Here and now, I must claim God's ambrosial feet as my own, very own. Here and now, God is telling me that He will before long visit my heart temple. I must keep it absolutely immaculate. Here and now, my heart's aspiration surge is carrying me to God's heart garden. Here and now, I have come to realize that my surrender to God's will is the only way, is the only one-way street to perpetual happiness. Here and now, I must develop a sky-blue vastness heart to embrace all humanity, to manifest God's will on earth. Here and now, the human in me must bathe every day in God's forgiveness heart sea. Here and now, my human life must take shelter under God's forgiveness tree. Here and now, God is blessing me with thunderous applause for my self-doubt conquest. Here and now, I must start obeying the dictates of my oneness soul heart. Here and now, I must become a concentration mind seeker. Here and now, I must become a meditation heart builder. Here and now I must become a dedication life enjoyer. Here and now I myself must become the problem solution warrior. Here and now I must develop the eagerness to feel desperate urgency to fulfill God's will every single day. Here and now I must develop the eagerness capacity to faithfully follow God's will alwhere, always. Here and now I must capsize my world-conquering ambition boat. Here and now I have come to learn that God wants me to transform my limitations into God's satisfaction, perfections, and not demolish them altogether. Here and now, with my soul's indomitable will, I shall flood my heart with inner sunshine. Here and now, I have come to realize the difference between my mind and my heart. My mind delights in ignoring God. My heart delights in seeking God. Here and now I must develop an intense eagerness to feel my God's realization a pressing necessity. Here and now I must devour the nectar harvest of my God realization soul. Here and now my mind must bloom and my heart must blossom in the depth of soundless silence. Here and now, to my great joy, I see the power sun of the beyond is shining upon me. duratta nurgam patasat kavayo madanti utishata jagrata rai pavanan nigodata shroisha dhara nishita duratta nurgam patasat kavayo madanti yada yada idhammasya glani bhavati bharata abhyuthanamanarmasya tadatmanam sijayamaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge yada yada dharmasya glani bhavati bharata avyuthanamadharmasya tadatmanam sijana paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge Samapara kariya chukhama samapara mo Samaparat kariya chukha samaparat mo tae tujke dakiche amay amar purir Samapara kariya chukhama samapara mo Aye to aajke dakiche amay amar purir Mata